So Sam, tell us what you're doing. You're from Latvia. You're now in United States. You have been in Plug and Play. What are you doing now?
Yeah, I've been working in business incubator here in Latvia for 3 years. I was in a team in Laiviņa. So, and then I kind of realized that, okay, I need to go to the next level. So, and all this business incubation, business acceleration comes from US. So then my decision came to move there for a year to get the experience to, expand my network and get some new skills, and then to come back and contribute to that here. So I've been in Silicon Valley for a little bit more than a year. And yeah, when I moved there, I joined Plug and Play Tech Center, which is business accelerator, and I was running their B2B acceleration program. Basically, I was selecting B2B companies, did due diligence on them, and invested in them. And then my job was to get them to the next investment series. And now like a few weeks ago, I joined Blackbox, and that's international accelerator, and there I'm director of strategic partnerships, and basically I'm selecting startups from all around the world for the acceleration programs, and right now I'm working on Google projects. So basically Google is looking for the companies from all around the world, and they are also paying for them to accelerate them in Silicon Valley, to bring them there for 2 weeks, and then to keep the best ones for their portfolio, or to go for acquisition or something like that.
So Google is playing for accelerator program for the companies and doing the selection of whom to keep after that. So even if you're not selected, you're benefiting from the accelerator program.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, Google pays for if you get selected.
Yeah.
Then my job is to select them, and then Google pays for that. And the best ones, basically, we have like 2 weeks to realize which ones are the best ones. And then those ones we keep, and we keep working with them as our portfolio companies, or there are some relationship at Google or something like that.
I read today that Google is kind of getting into robotics and silently buying up companies that are related with robotics. So there might be something to propose from Latvia as well.
Yeah, actually, Google is like. It seems that they are doing a little bit like social projects, but actually that's like a really strategic long-term project. Basically, they are focusing on emerging countries, and they also like Baltics and Nordic countries. But basically, why they are doing this, basically why they are let's say focusing on companies coming from Egypt, companies coming from Gaza or these regions. So that means they know what's hot there, and they will know that first. And if really some great companies come out of there, then they're going to be the first ones, knowing about them and probably buying them, or implementing their solution in Google.
That's why the name Blackbox.
Yeah, Blackbox. The name of the Blackbox is that that success comes from something really unknown. Yeah.
But what is really hot in Silicon Valley now? 3 years ago, there's only software-based startups which is running around for venture capital money. So no hardware project. What is happening now?
No, there are like several ways which we could call hot right now. I mean, a few years ago it was still like mobile and social. And now it's like big data and cloud, and mostly because it costs almost nothing to build this and to distribute these products. And right now, like the super hot trend is wearable technologies, like softs for Google Glass, for smartwatches, and we would also call B2B and hardware as a hot in Silicon Valley right now.
What kind of startups you could expect from Latvian ecosystem could fit those new trending hardware? What direction strategically, in which market sectors Latvia could strategically appoint as priority for coming 5 or 10 years? In order to have educated people to catch this hot topic in the future, for example, what kind of you see? What kind of directions or what kind of market sectors could be, or educational sectors could be should be prioritized in terms of Silicon Valley, those tendencies?
Yeah, I mean, Silicon Valley kind of has this image of Nordic countries or Baltic countries like, Skype or Angry Birds or Zendesk or something like that. These companies coming from here, and Silicon Valley has this idea in their mind that these kind of companies should come from these countries. And I mean, we are strong in this gamification, we are strong in these apps, we are strong in this. I'm not sure about these wearable technologies, where comes this voice recognition also and gesture recognition, but these well-known industries like really mobile apps and gamification features, these might be where we are already very strong.
That Riga has mentioned also in the presentation. That's one of the reasons we are trying to make the connection on electrical vehicle side, because in any electrical car you have one system that's driving the car, and the other one is kind of entertainment system, kind of user system, and our kind of vision is that probably you will have applications for cars as you do for mobile phones.
That's actually what I think almost all of the car brands, they are in Silicon Valley. They have the research labs there, and that's what they are doing, because this voice recognition, gesture recognition, emotion recognition, and all these kind of things, they are working on that. So basically, that's already happening there, and there will be no car without these features.
So that's one of the directions to follow. Sanita, you have been in Latvia, in Laiviņa incubator. That incubator support program is ending this year. What ideas from now, from your previous Latvian experience and from United States experience, what should be improved or changed for further financing of incubators?
Actually, there's like a big difference between business incubators and business accelerators. Here in Latvia, it's more about, like pre-incubation and incubation still, like to encourage entrepreneurship and to encourage them to start to do this, and also like, kind of get involved the students or something like that. In Silicon Valley, and what also Startup Latvia is doing, what I also represent, we are more focusing on business acceleration, which means that you need a business accelerator when you have at least prototype and you have a product ready, or you have some traction and you're ready to go to the market. So this is like the difference between the business incubators there, and I think they're doing a great job with business incubation. But we are missing, like, this business acceleration process, like when you're really helping these startups to get off the ground. And about the business incubation, what the startups are complaining about, that the finance they get, it's more like for the services provided. Mm-hmm. It's not like for like really money to buy some stuff to build your product. And this is what the startups complain about. But I mean, in Silicon Valley, there are like really few incubators or accelerators which are sponsored by anyone, like by someone. Usually, startups pay themselves, and that means that or they're co-financed, like just a small part of that. And that means that the startups are more responsible what they are doing. They are more demanding, and the result is better. So the efficiency is way better than if you get like a public funding and you are just
building it. Yeah. So I think that's what Andris Bērziņš from Tech Hub is very much emphasizing. And that's the reason why they didn't apply for the public funding, not to keep startups hungry and realistic about what's going on in the market.
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually a good way to do this. And I mean, if you're ambitious enough, so you're gonna make it.
Or if not, that's
or
kind
fail
of
fast.
Yes. What about the questions from audience?
We have one more important thing about plug and play tech center experience with connection with California universities like Stanford, Berkeley. How was this process for getting startups out of the university in a real startup world in your experience?
Plug and Play, actually, they have a special program, acceleration program, which is called Startup Camp, and that's exactly for the university students and graduates. And basically, what Plug and Play did, they go to the universities, they they give us speeches there, and they try these startups to encourage to apply for this program. Or they are doing a lot of business plan competitions, and they are doing this twice a year, and they basically select these graduates. And one of the latest, not the latest, but actually one of the first success stories was Dropbox. And the Dropbox, actually the story of Dropbox is that these guys were graduates from MIT, and they were hackers. Basically, they had this idea in their mind about this data storage and data exchange platform, but they were hackers, and that was actually a huge success story. That Plug and Play took them out from the university. They found them. They put some seed money in this company, and that is also one of the very rare cases when this Drew, who is CEO of Dropbox, he became like from hacker to very successful entrepreneur and CEO. And there are a lot of success stories actually coming out from universities.
And what is the difference with acceleration programs inside universities? Because every huge university in California also has an accelerator program or incubator form. So what's the problem? Why they're not enough with those accelerators inside the universities?
I mean, university incubators and accelerators, they are more like laboratories. Like, it's like more to test the theory into practice, like to encourage to start their entrepreneurship. But these university accelerators and incubators, these are not the university's main businesses. So, and that means they do not have these powerful networks of mentors, of investors. So it's more like they usually give them some seed fund money to start the business, to build the product, but then you have to take them out from the university and put them in the real life. And like really to make them work with the mentors, with the angel investors, with the investment funds. So I mean, these university accelerators and incubators, they are more like laboratories for those startups, beginners.
Right. Last really question about this idea of Riga University Silicon Valley Camp. Do you think the idea is viable? It means do you have some kind of added value for students why they should go to Silicon Valley? Is there need for that at all?
Definitely there is, and I mean we have proved that with the Startup Latvia tours and these trade missions, and we have had like 2 trade missions within this year, and with 6 startups in every batch. And the biggest benefit, I guess, what they get from these trade missions, or spending some 2 weeks in Silicon Valley, it's like the change of the mindset. That you see how these startups, like they change. I mean the mindset changes completely. Like starting with, they become more ambitious, at the same time they become more realistic. They become more open. And you were talking about the fulfilling the dream, and then you can see that it's so possible to fulfill this dream, right? And when you really see those success stories, like let's say even these Dropbox, those guys, they were 23, 24, and when they started this, with no money, just with an idea. No, the evaluation of the company is $4 billion, and I mean, and there are those success stories all over. Like really, you're sitting next to these kind of things, and it becomes so accessible, so realistic, and you become so, it's like really you want to change the world, you want to make it better, you want to earn money with that, and you're really like open and willing to work, because it's like a culture, and once you get infected with this culture, you're done.
There's no way back.
There's no way back. Like really, there's no way back.
So that's what I actually heard from people who have been in Europe in similar places and went to Silicon Valley too. Is that one of the responses was that we went there with one idea and then we understood let's drop it. We need to be more ambitious with the basic business idea itself.
And it's also actually good for the students and probably for some of the startups. It's like fail fast, right? I mean, and Silicon Valley. What is like important about the Silicon Valley? There's this culture that you are allowed to fail. That's nothing bad. It's actually even good. Let's say when you go for the Series A investment or something like that, investors will look at you that there's something weird. There's something really not. Something not real if you haven't failed, you know, and I mean, if you're a student, you can afford to fail, and you better fail fast, and you better get this feeling how it is to build and how it is and learn from your mistakes, but yes, you won't stop. Once you get infected, there's no way back.
Yeah, that would be I think part of our aim to get that infection here.
Back.
Yeah.
Brain drain outside the country. And practically, we could is there possibility of cooperation with Blackbox to bring those 20 students in summer of 2015 there? Do you have some kind of, I don't know, play programs or mention probably? Or?
Yep. We do have mention, and I mean plug and play. Blackbox is special with that we have this working living environment. So basically, startups live and work together at the same place, and we bring the investors to them. Of course, we are like taking them to the events, but basically, it's like super intense program. And it's possible to do that with Blackbox. The only thing is what Blackbox doesn't do, and they don't like. They wouldn't like to have like 20 Latvians. They would say that we want a mix. You know, we want like 4 Latvians, 4 people from Tel Aviv, 4 people from somewhere from Australia, like 4 people from Egypt or something like that. They like to make this mix, and because they claim that then it's more, you know, there's no unhealthy competition or something like that, and they are like more willing to open, more willing to learn from each other, and it's more efficient if you make this mix than you know make a program for the same nationality people. But yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Okay, we're running out of time for the last question about brain drain threat to the national economy. How you manage this issue and stuff like that? I mean, threat for politicians that our students will stay in Silicon Valley after the first month, something like that.
I mean, you know, Estonia had this threat, right? That they do have office there in Silicon Valley, and basically what happened at some point that they didn't have a pipeline because Estonian politicians said that we don't want our best startups to go to Silicon Valley; they will never come back. And there was this great story about Skype, right? What happened? Like Skype succeeded and in Silicon Valley, and basically those founders, they went back to Estonia, and they're, you know, they're doing new startups and they are doing new great things. And like about this, it's like what's worse, right? To keep the startups here and not to let them succeed at all, or to let them succeed there, you know, and then actually to benefit from that afterwards. It's like, you know, we can keep them here, you know, and like really limit them in something, but then, you know, there will be zero outcome, zero result. But, you know, even it's like, you know, it's like what's like best and what actually Estonia did. They did a big buzz about this, their office in Silicon Valley. Actually, nothing really happened after, like for some time for them. But what was like a big thing? Wow, we're having office in Silicon Valley, right? And it's like you need one success story. Let's say one Latvian startup would succeed in Silicon Valley. It's such a big marketing. It's such a big encouragement for other startups, right? That means I can do this, right? Hey, you see, you know, they did it, so I can also do this. I know that guy probably, or something like that. We need at least one success story in Silicon Valley, and the entrepreneurship here in Latvia it will be so much easier to encourage other people to do this, you know, to show them that it's possible that Latvians go global, that succeed global, and they're gonna come back. Because here it's like, actually it's even practical reasons why to come back, because it's cheaper to have your back-end team here, right? It's cheaper to have resources here, and that just the management can be there. So there's no threat actually. There's no threat.
Okay, any questions from audience to Sanita?
I have one question, because you touched in your presentation something about financing, and I think you really understood and explained in a good way. It should be limited resources, because then you create something by yourself. And then I'm very much worried about all those European Union funds spread around in this country and other countries that destroy the brain, because you don't think about the business and you just think how to get the money.
They call it, in Silicon Valley, they call it entrepreneurship.
Exactly. I don't know how to stop that, but I think something is needed.
They call it entrepreneurship, yeah, and actually in Silicon Valley, it's not like a big thing if you have raised money this way, because you kind of got an easy money, and you are not that responsible for that money or something like that. So you are not gonna be very loved there, you know, if you can show, okay, I got the grant, right? Of course, it's about how you use this grant and how efficient you use this grant, but you know, it's not gonna be your advantage in Silicon Valley, saying that you kind of got some EU money.
No, that's one point, but I mean, the other point is that the mindset has to be more how to understand how to do the business, not how to get the funding.
Yeah.
That might be a completely different mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
it probably should be one. But okay, I think that's a good connection to our next speaker. But just before saying thank you to you, Sanita, you're also involved with Startup Latvia. So when is Startup Latvia space opening?
Saturday.
First event happening on Saturday, official launch in like a month.
So first event on Saturday, was it
We're
Wildcard?
planning it out. It's a wildcard conference.
Wildcard conference. Okay, so
If something gets broken, we'll fix it and then open up.
okay, so official opening approximately in the month, and the first conference, Wildcard conference, on
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
And Startup Weekend next year.
Cool.
Yes.
I think I'll be participating in that.
You should.
With my project.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I mean, really, and if you are interested, or you need any help in Silicon Valley, please feel free to reach me out. You know, my email is sanita@lifebox.vc, so feel free to reach me out.
Or contact you in Twitter,
Yeah.
what I'm doing. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, sure.
And our next, as Sanita